Hey Eugene here. In this video, I'm actually going to do an application live with a person over the phone who's in a couple states away. And I am going to do the application from beginning to end where I'm going to ask for a lot of personal information. There's some hesitation from the customer about some of the information that I ask. Just listen to how I overcome some of those objections. And really, the whole point of it is to make the person feel as comfortable as possible with the decision that they're making when it comes to their Medicare. If you like this kind of content, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit the like button, and if you have any comments, go ahead and leave them below. I would like to hear how you would have done it differently if you were in my shoes. And this lead, I had 3 conversations with this person. It took about 5 weeks to write it from beginning to end, from the first conversation to when the application was submitted. And in addition to that, this was generated by my marketing efforts, which I'll have listed below. It's something that you have access to as well. On average, it's costing me about $5 a lead to have conversations like this. So I hope you enjoy. Like I said, leave some comments below if I would love to hear what you have to say. Thanks.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Eugene giving you a call. How are you, sir?
All right.
Is this a good time?
Yeah.
Okay. Is your wife home also?
Yeah.
Awesome. So if you want to put her on speaker or put me on speaker, that way, awesome. All right. So, we spoke a little bit yesterday, and it sounds like you already made a decision on which route you're going.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Now, we talked about a couple different companies. We did Manhattan, Aetna, and Mutual of Omaha. Which one are you all leaning more towards?
Aetna.
Aetna. Okay. And all right. And you said that you already have your Medicare card as well, right?
Yeah.
How long ago did you get it?
I had it last time you called.
Okay. Okay, so it's been a little while. You've had it.
I forgot I laid it up.
Gotcha.
I remember I put an envelope up on the mantle on the, what's in that? There's my card.
Yeah, those are, it's funny because the official documents look like trash, and the advertisements and trash looks like official stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty funny the way they do it. So if you have your card handy, how does your name appear on your Medicare card?
Yes,
It-
yeah. All right.
Okay. What's that number?
Medicare number?
Yeah. Just to confirm,
Right.
is the effective date for both Part A and Part B? All right. And so what we're doing is we're setting up the crossover of benefits. And so Medicare is going to be your primary, and then Aetna is going to be your secondary. And so the crossover of benefits, basically what happens is, God forbid something was to happen and you had to go see a doctor, you went to the hospital, whatever, Medicare pays first, and then they send the difference to Aetna, and then Aetna pays the remainder. And so that's what you call a crossover of benefits. Your Social Security card and your Medicare card, the names should match up. Can you just double check to make sure that it's the same on your Social Security card?
Let me see if I can find my Social Security card.
Okay.
I haven't looked for it for years.
I'm surprised you're that close to it.
Well, I know what it is, and it's never, no case of hold out and see what it looks like.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, spelled out though.
Okay, so it has. Okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure it matches the way it is on your Medicare card instead of the way it is on your Social Security card, since Medicare is the one that's gonna be primary. And so if you're looking at your card, what is that number?
What's the Social Security number?
Yeah.
What do you need that for?
To set up that crossover benefit. So what happens is Medicare's primary, right? And Social Security is who actually administers Medicare. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that Social Security matches up with Medicare and that Medicare matches up with the Medicare supplement.
All right.
Okay. And so what's going to happen is what we're saying before, because your entire life and what you've done is you've paid taxes into Social Security, and Social Security is what funds Medicare. And so whenever you go see your doctor, and of course I'm going to be your agent, so I'm going to help you through this if you need it, but what's going to happen is whenever you have a claim and you go to the doctor's office, they're going to collect your Social Security number also. So your Social Security number, your Medicare number, and your name are what's needed so that way your claims are paid.
Yeah.
And so like my sister, for example, her name is Vicky, and her sister-in-law, her name is also Vicky.
Yeah.
And so and they have the same last name. Yes. And so because you're not the only and I'm sure you're not the only. And so
as far as I know I am.
yes.
But my wife, I got a niece named Kathy too. So.
Okay. Yeah, so you understand. And so they have to do it that way. And so what we do is whenever we do the Medicare supplement with Aetna, we're sending this information to Aetna so that way that crossover benefits is set up.
Yeah.
Now, your birth date, what day this month were you born? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And then just to confirm, I have your address as
right.
In
right.
And it's
right.
How long have y'all been out there?
Oh, pretty close to 30 years.
Oh my gosh. So that's definitely home for you.
Yeah.
And kids nearby?
We got one still living here at home.
Okay.
The rest is spread out.
There you go.
Yeah,
my family is in Sacramento, California. I'm in Charleston, South Carolina. We've been here for about 13 years, so this is definitely home to us as well. And then, so the Medicare supplement, you have the option of choosing what day of the month you want them to take it out of your account for the payment. And so the payment I see here is going to be the 108.03, which is the quote that I gave you.
Yeah.
What day of the month do you prefer for them to take it out?
Make sure that's for smokers.
My wife wants me to tell you I'm a smoker too, if that makes a difference on the insurance.
So that's a health question. They don't ask health questions when you're enrolling into Medicare. So I'm still going to put down that you're a smoker, but you still get a non-smoker rate.
Yeah.
Unless something changes, because you know how it is. They're always looking for reasons to take more money from us.
Yeah.
But I've been doing this for 12 years, and when you're turning 65, now let's say if you were like 68, and you told me you were a smoker, I would have to get you the smoker rate. But in this case, it doesn't matter, and at least not in.
Okay.
So it's 108, Edna's 108 for him?
108.03, yes ma'am.
I reckon sometime in the middle of the month, it really don't matter.
Well, and you can choose between the 1st and the 28th, so whatever's more convenient for you.
Well, the first of the month will be fine. It don't matter. They take that out of my Social Security or what?
So it's gonna be a debit from your checking account.
Okay.
So it'd be the 1st of every month. That's why I asked, because if you get paid, let's say on the 15th or on the 12th, or if your Social Security comes in, you know, the third Wednesday of every month, and if you prefer your payment to come out at that same time, some people do it that way, but if it don't matter to you, then whatever's more convenient for you.
Let's do it sometime in the middle. We got another life insurance comes out in the middle.
So you think like the 12th, 15th?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
All right, I can do that. And of course, if it falls on a holiday, they just do it on the next business day. And then, do you happen to have that information so I can set up this payment for you?
What about, ask him about your prescriptions too?
Yeah, what about prescriptions? Is that all on Aetna or?
No, that's a separate drug plan. So we're going to talk about that next, because I have all the medications here, and then what I do is I put them into a system, and then the system recommends which plan is best for us. So we're actually going to talk about that next.
All right. Let me find the account number.
And if you're looking at it,
account number or what numbers you need?
If you want to give me the first set, we'll go with the first set, and then we'll do the second set.
Yeah.
All right. What's the first set of numbers?
Let me look. Let's see. Looks like. Yeah.
Let me just check that and make sure. Do you think that's the routing number or the account number?
I don't know. They got a big long number here. I don't know which one they go by.
I have.
My son thinks that's the routing number I gave you.
What's the name of the bank? Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the routing number. Okay, that's what I have here.
Right.
Perfect. And then the next set of numbers would be the account number. That's
right.
Okay. So what they're going to do is now you have the option of making it effective today, since it is the first, and Medicare kicks in for you today, so you're covered starting today if you'd like. Or if you wanted to push it back for November 1st effective day, you can wait a month and do it for November 1st.
I still got my wife's insurance anyway, so I might as well do it November 1st.
How long do you have your wife's coverage till?
Until she tells us not to. Till the end of the year, really.
Well, but I can always go in and talk to HR too.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So you tell me, because I can make this effective as far as 6 months in the future. But I also know that your insurance at work is probably more expensive than what this is. So if 3-4 weeks is enough time for you to stop it with HR, I can make it effective November 1st. That way you're not double covered.
Okay. That should be fine. I'll go talk to HR.
Okay, November 1st. All right. And so what's going to happen is they will, once I submit this, you'll see in the next week, they'll take out the November payment. So in November, you'll actually not have a payment at all.
Yeah.
And then starting December 12th and every month thereafter, you'll see a recurring draft out of the account of the, what is it? You'll see it come out on the account every single month. So one other question, what is your mother's maiden name?
Maiden name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what's going to happen is everything's going to get processed, sent over to Aetna. They're going to set up the crossover benefits so that way, you know, you have insurance starting the 1st of November. In about a week, you're going to get something in the mail from Aetna. It's going to be an envelope. It's going to be unmarked, and that's going to be your cards. And then about a week after that, you'll get another packet in the mail, which is going to be your actual policy documents. And since today's Friday, probably Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, I'll give you a call to let you know that you've been approved, and I'll give you your policy number. And then the insurance will start November 1st.
Okay.
Do you have any questions on that at all?
No.
Okay. And just a reminder, I'm a broker, so the reason why I gave you multiple different companies to choose from is because it doesn't matter who your benefits are through. So
Yeah.
every single year, I'm going to be shopping for you to make sure that you're not overpaying. So that way, if Aetna does have a rate increase, we'll compare it to the rest of the market to make sure that you're still in line with what it's supposed to cost.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. So then the next question is your medications. So I have a list of your wife's medications, and for some reason I don't have a list of your medications.
I don't take anything.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Okay, so let me write that down. And so I'm going to finish processing everything here today, and then I'll reach out to you all Monday or Tuesday of next week, and we'll finalize everything. And then the email that I have is I'm going to go ahead and send that you all's way. Do you have any other questions for me?
Nope.
Okay. Also, you have my office number. Do you have my cell phone written down also?
Is it 803?
Yes. I'm going to tell this to you like I tell to every client. I'm available to you 24 hours a day. Now, if you call me after 11 or before 6, you're going to have to talk to my wife first.
Hey, is the office number 88?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, so I'm easy to get a hold of, and then I'll send you all a couple business cards in the mail, so that way if you know anybody who needs help with their Medicare supplement, and then you're going on Medicare in May, so in a couple months we'll go ahead and get yours processed as well, so that way y'all can take advantage of that household discount.
Okay.
And so even though it doesn't start till May, we can get it done as early as 6 months before and secure that rate, so that way if there is a rate increase, you're not affected by it. And especially with everything how it's going in the country right now, it seems like everything's going up in price. So we want to make sure we locked it in as early as possible.
So when can I go and apply for, when do I need to go talk to them about my about getting my
Social Security?
Social Security?
3 months before your 65th. Well, so Social Security you can draw as early as 62.
I know that.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to do it at 65 or 66 and a quarter, like I think most people are right now, you would do it about 2-3 months before. But as far as applying for Medicare, you can do it as early as 3 months prior, which I'll help you through that entire process.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have it marked in my schedule what the timeline looks like for everything. And so whenever we're 6 months within, we can help you with a supplement. Then within 3 months, I'll help you with the Part B, the Medicare. And then I'll make sure that you don't have to think about this anymore, and I'm the one that's going to take care of it for you.
She's not too sure when she's going to retire, but
I'm not for sure yet. But
Okay. Yeah.
it just depends how things are going, and I may go, but I still have to apply for. Do I still have to apply for the Social Security for when I'm 65?
all right.
Actually, and you don't have to. So whenever that time comes for us to start considering it, once we get a bit closer, I'm going to compare it just like I. We're going to compare what your employer's is, how much it's going to cost to what you going with Medicare, and if it's more financially, if it makes sense more financially to go with, to stay with your employer plan, then that's what we'll do until you're ready to retire. So I'll ask you the same questions I asked before to make sure, how much it is, what the coverage is, and if Medicare makes more sense, then we'll go that route. But with Mr. because of how you're having to pay for the majority of his premium anyways, even though it's through your employer, it makes more sense to go with Medicare. But in your situation, because it's your employer, it's a little bit different, and that's something that we're going to have to research. It looks like in December is when we can start having that conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, so to answer your question, what's better for you, we won't know until we start digging into a little bit deeper. And then I'll make the best recommendation. If I see that you need to stay with your employer plan until you're ready to retire, then that's what I'll recommend.
Sounds
Okay.
good. And so the total that's going to be taken out is like $115.33 a month.
Yeah, so it's $108.03 for the Medicare supplement, and then $7.30 a month for the drug plan. And the drug plan will actually deduct that from his Social Security check.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, so that one will come out of the Social Security check, but the Medicare supplement will come out of your checking account.
Okay.
Awesome. Very good. Well, thank you all so much. Call me anytime. If you have any questions over the weekend, just let me know, and then I'll talk to you Monday or Tuesday once I have an approval ready for you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Have a good weekend.
All right. Bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye. So, that was it. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Notice how I asked some of those questions. The way I positioned the personal information, so that way they felt comfortable. He did have a little bit of pushback when I asked for the Social Security number. So why am I asking for that? That's going to happen sometimes, and just tell them, here's exactly what we're doing. We'll make sure that all the information matches up, so that way the claims don't get paid to the wrong person, which is the truth. And then once we jumped over that hurdle, everything else seemed to go very smoothly, including the banking information as well. So I do it this way. I also write everything down on a notepad instead of following the carrier's website and how they do it, because I have a certain way and a certain place how I ask for that specific information, because I don't want to get caught off guard or get distracted by an e-app or lagging internet or something going through an application halfway through and then the system crashes. And that's happened, especially during AEP as we're approaching right now. These carriers tend to run a little bit slower. So and the other thing is, what happens if my internet goes down while in the middle of it? Yes, I can call them back from my cell phone and apologize and continue on with the conversation, but most of the information that I have saved is going to be lost. And so that's why I always write it down first. I always have a recording, and then I'm going to input this information into the CRM as well, and then I'm going to shred that piece of paper, because that piece of paper can get lost. And that is how I do an application over the phone. This lead was generated. This lead was generated August 6th of 2021. It is now October 1st. The first time I spoke to them, so August 6th it was generated. August 10th was the first time that I spoke with them. Then I spoke to them again the next day. I sent them an email, and then it's been about a month that they needed to think about it. And then I called them back a couple days ago, and they said that they were ready to do something today. That's the whole timeline. So was it 5 weeks to write somebody turning 65? And I've had 3 conversations with them. Total work, probably an hour and a half, which isn't bad at all. So thank you for watching.